Welcome back to the new video, guys. In this video, as I promised you in the last one, we will be comparing the regular motherboards with the mining motherboards and mining power supplies versus the regular ATX power supplies. Let me show you what we're dealing with. So here, as you saw in the background, I have this rig. Currently it's connected on 4 cards over here. This is the P104 8GB mining graphics cards, Asus Dual. So I have this setup here, and I'm thinking about testing this power consumption on this rig running as if it is now. I'll plug it into this power meter and we check how much wattage it's taking on basically mining. When it fully boots on, when the mining starts, when the overclocks kick in, how much at the peak is the power consumption, and then we will transfer these cards over here and check them out. Basically, what's the difference? I think we will save some power on risers as well. Not sure about that. That's why I'm making this testing video. So I could figure it out, and also you could figure it out for the future if you're considering to buy this motherboard instead of this one or any other gaming motherboard. I've just plugged this power supply to go into the power meter. At the moment it's taking 0.6 for I don't know what, maybe for the PCU, even though it's not turned on. So let's turn it on. At the boot time it's taking 74, 76. Okay, so at this point it's fully booted. The cards are spinning, starting to mine. Let's see how the power increase. Alright, so that's around 600 to 620 watts for the whole rig at the mining state. It's running stable at 600 for the time being. Yeah, so let's calculate it at 600 watts for the fully running build in mining operation. RIP. Let's turn this off, transfer the cards over to this build, and turn this one on and compare it with the numbers that we have here.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh.
Alright, so the rig is transferred over here. We have the same 4 cards down there, the same HiOS flash installed, same Ethernet cable, everything is the same. Just switch the cable to this PCU, and as in the previous video we have 9 watts for the PCU fan, and we can turn it on. Great, starts to spin. All the cards spinning, currently giving 81 watts. This is not yet mining, it's just booting up, booting the hive, and it should start mining shortly. Here it starts to mine 580, 587, 584. Alright, so I let it run for a couple of minutes. It's staying around 583 to 585. So let's say we saved like 15 watts by using this instead of gaming. And that's not too much in terms of power usage. I think the economy comes in when you don't have to buy 8 risers, because 8 risers, they cost, let's say, 6 euros each. 8 times 6, you can do the math, it's 48 euros only for the risers. Then we have the integrated CPU. You don't need to buy a CPU for this motherboard, and for the regular motherboard you would buy a CPU for, let's say, 80 euros. Here it's integrated. Also for the RAMs, you can find this piece of DDR3 4 gigs for 8 euros used secondhand, and for the regular motherboards 4 gigs of DDR3 or 4 gigs of RAM, they would cost like 20 to 30 euros. Maybe 30 euros are too much, let's say 20 euros. So you're saving on that as well. So I think it's about an economy of components as well. You're saving 15 watts on the top of that. Alright, we can turn it off as our experiment ended. Just like that, it's off now. That's basically it for this video. As you saw, we were saving some money on the parts and also 15 watts on electricity. That isn't much for the day, but if you calculate for a month or a year, that adds up to a couple of euros as well. Let's say tens of euros. So if you're going economy all in, you can do that as well. As for this rig, I will be using it for one more test of the graphics cards in the next video. So I'll show you what card it is versus which card as well. It will be LHR versus non-LHR. I will compare the mega hash, also the watt usage, and this is great testing machine for that. So if you want to see that, make sure to check it out when I release it soon. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.